This FC27 news is wild right now. Asian Cup, open world, and everything we know so far. EA Sports just dropped a mountain of information about FC27 this week, and honestly, some of it is genuinely exciting, some of it is confusing, and some of it makes you wonder if EA is cooking or just microwaving leftovers again. Let's break it all down because there is a lot to get through. Game changers get early access, but should we trust them? So this week, EA Sports has invited a bunch of content creators and so-called game changers to go and test FC27 early. They get to sit down, play the game, give direct feedback to EA's development team, and essentially help shape what the final product looks like. Sounds great on paper, right? And look, in theory, yes, this is a solid idea. Getting feedback before launch is how you avoid shipping a broken mess. But here's the thing, and I think a lot of people feel this way. These game changers are not exactly the most unbiased group of people you could find. Like, what are they going to say? Actually, this is rubbish. Fix everything? Come on. There's an obvious conflict of interest here. These people build their entire careers on FC content. They need EA more than EA needs them, and that dynamic really does affect how honest the feedback ends up being. What would actually make a difference is if EA invited completely regular players, like genuinely random people from the community who have nothing to lose and nothing to gain. Instead of sugarcoating it into something diplomatic, that's the kind of feedback that would actually push the game forward. Anyway, hopefully whoever does get in there gives it to them straight, because the last few years of this game have not exactly been a high point. The Asian Cup is coming to FC27. Now here's some genuinely good news. EA Sports has officially partnered with the Asian Cup, which means all the national teams that have qualified for the tournament are going to be in FC27. And yes, that includes North Korea. Let that sink in, North Korea. In an EA Sports football game, if you told me that 5 years ago, I would have laughed you out of the room. But here we are. Now the obvious question is whether these squads are going to be fully licensed. Are we talking real player names, accurate ratings, proper kits and badges? Or is this going to be one of those situations where EA gets the license, but half the players still have fake names and look nothing like their real counterparts? That part is still unclear, but just the fact that we are getting this many national teams added to the game is a big deal. It fills out the roster significantly, and for players who care about international football modes, this is exactly the kind of addition that matters. More national teams means more variety, more matchups, and honestly, more replayability. So this is one of those FC27 announcements that is hard to complain about. The open world mode, FC27's biggest swing. Alright, this is the big one. The thing that everyone has been talking about. FC27 is reportedly going to include a brand new open world game mode. And if it works the way it's supposed to, this could genuinely change what an EA football game feels like. So here's the concept. You have a free roam city. You are in this online lobby with other players. You can explore, visit barbershops, buy outfits and clothing for your custom character, trade, visit gyms, level up your created player. It sounds kind of like if NBA 2K and a football game had a child, which is either the greatest idea in the history of sports gaming or a complete nightmare depending on how they execute it. And look, the execution is everything here, because an open world mode in an FC game sounds incredible in theory.
Don't give up.
Welcome to FC27, where stadium emotion meets absolute precision. This year we've pushed the boundaries of what's possible on screen. Look at the detail. Our new engine brings every blade of grass and every player's expression to life.
The idea of actually having a living, breathing football world to exist in rather than just jumping from menu to menu is genuinely appealing. But reports suggest that the early open play testing, which a lot of people actually got invited to try, did not go particularly well. The feedback was not exactly glowing, and EA is apparently still working heavily on getting this right. Now, there's a reason EA is pushing hard to get this out for FC27 specifically rather than waiting. And that reason is called GTA 6. Grand Theft Auto 6 is launching roughly a month after FC27's expected release window, and EA knows that when GTA 6 drops, it is going to absolutely vacuum up every player's time and attention. So they need something that hooks people in and keeps them from putting FC27 down the second Rockstar shows up. An open world mode that people can sink hours into might just be that thing. The open world is also apparently going to be linked to other game modes. Progress you make in this world carries over into pro clubs. Rewards you earn affect your ultimate team. Everything is connected, which could be really cool, or it could be EA's sneaky way of making you spend more money on packs and cosmetics by tying everything into one giant monetization web. Because let's be real, that is absolutely something EA would do, and we have all been burned enough times to be at least a little suspicious. New play styles and what's actually changing. Moving on from the open world, there are some solid gameplay updates confirmed for FC27 as well. Playstyles are getting a significant overhaul. A bunch of new ones are coming, and some of them are already being tested in FC Mobile, which is usually the sandbox EA uses before rolling things out to the main game. But here's the part that actually matters. They are adding new levels to play styles. Right now you have base and plus. In FC27, there's going to be an entirely new tier above that. So the ceiling on player ability and customization is going up, which should make the high-end player cards feel meaningfully different from what we have had before. And before you panic, playstyles are not being removed. There were rumors flying around that EA was going to scrap the whole system and start fresh, which honestly would have been a noob move of the highest order. But no, the existing playstyles are staying. They are just adding on top of what already exists. That is the right call. The Mexican League returns. This one is massive for a huge chunk of the FC community. The Mexican League, Liga MX, is coming back to FC27. Now, for those who do not know, Liga MX has been absent from EA's football games for a while now, and it has been one of the most requested leagues to return. Mexican football has a massive fan base globally, and the absence of the league has been genuinely frustrating for a lot of players. Well, it looks like EA has finally sorted out a deal. Multiple credible Mexican journalists are reporting that clubs have already started sending over official assets to EA. Badges, kits, logos, all of it. That level of specific preparation means this is not just a rumor anymore. This is happening. Liga MX is coming back, and honestly, it is well overdue. Rivaldo and Kempes are being tested as FC27 Icons 2 New Legends are apparently being tested for FC27 Icon status. Rivaldo and Kempes, two South American legends. Rivaldo is an absolute icon, one of the most technically gifted players of his generation, so seeing him get a proper icon card in FC27 would be genuinely exciting. Kempes is a name that older football fans will know well. A World Cup winner with Argentina and a devastating forward in his prime. Now these are not confirmed, they are being tested, which means EA is at least considering them, and history suggests that most things EA tests eventually make it into the game in some form, so expect these two to show up, and hopefully this is just the beginning. More icon reveals should be coming as we get closer to launch. Camp Nou is back, and that's a big deal. Here is a piece of news that genuinely made a lot of people happy. The Spotify Camp Nou, Barcelona's iconic stadium, is going to be in FC27, and this is the first time it will be in an EA football game since FIFA 16. That is literally 10 years, a decade without one of the most recognizable stadiums in world football. Absolute madness. The reason it is coming back now is EA's expanded partnership with La Liga. Similar to how the Premier League deal works, where EA can use club stadiums even without individual club licenses, the La Liga partnership means every stadium in the league becomes available. So even if Barcelona's full club license situation has complications, the stadium itself is coming back, and honestly, Camp Nou in its current renovated form is going to look absolutely stunning in whatever engine EA is running FC27 on. That is one feature that is hard to be cynical about. And finally, kits. Because what is a new FC game without a massive kit overhaul? A bunch of next season's kits have already been leaked or officially confirmed, and some of them are genuinely clean. PSG's new kit design is drawing a lot of attention. The branding and color work on it is seriously impressive. Bayern Munich's kits are already known and will be in the game at launch. Liverpool's home kit for next season has also been confirmed, and it looks sharp. On the Spanish side, Barcelona's rumored home, away, and third kits are making the rounds, and they look like a solid set. Real Madrid's home kit is featuring some interesting green detailing and pink Adidas stripes, which is either bold and creative or wildly chaotic depending on your taste. And then you've got the English clubs, Manchester City, Manchester United, Spurs, all getting their updated looks. Not every single team has a brand new design, with some clubs like Atletico Madrid apparently keeping a similar look to last season, but there is clearly going to be a solid wave of fresh kits in at launch. Kits are one of those things that feel small but genuinely matter to how the game feels when you are playing, and a good kit update goes a long way toward making FC27 feel like a proper new release rather than just a roster update. FC27 is shaping up to be one of the most ambitious entries in a long time. Whether it actually delivers is a whole different question, but at least on paper there is more here than we have seen in years. The open world mode is the biggest swing EA has taken in a long time. The content additions are solid across the board, and if the game changers actually give honest feedback this week, there is a real chance the final product comes out in decent shape. If you enjoyed watching this, drop a like and make sure you are subscribed, because as FC27 news keeps rolling in, so will the videos.